Hi everyone, Violet here, second generation homeschooling mom of 3. I have a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and an infant. Today I wanted to share with you Kate Snow's Math Facts That Stick series, so let's get into it. So this series of books is meant to be a supplement to your regular math program, and it's meant to help your child really solidify their math facts so that they can do them much more automatically. So let's go through the addition book first. I'll show you the insides of all of them. Let's start with addition. Each book is set up the same way. There's a table of contents, and you can see that each week we focus on one kind of addition fact. So it's not necessarily all the plus ones. The first week is all the plus ones and plus twos, but then it's similar kinds of numbers are grouped together so that your child can start to make connections to improve their mental math and really solidify those math facts. So after the table of contents, there's an introduction that explains the methodology behind this program. And then they have a how to use this book that goes over each of the sections and how to get the most out of teaching it. All right, and then I'll show you lessons from week 1. So each lesson is very, very short. Here's your week at a glance, everything that you're going over that week and everything that you'll need for the week. And then the first lesson is fully scripted. As you can see here, it starts with 10 frames, and there's copies of 10 frames for you to photocopy in the back, or if you buy this as a PDF, you can just print them out. And it starts with doing addition in the 10 frame, and then it moves from there to doing the addition facts mentally. So to assist with that, they have games, and each day you're going to play a game. So for this week, every day you play Race to 10, and the board's in the back of the book. So the first day is fully scripted. Days 2 through 5, they don't have a script because you essentially just play the game and then do the practice pages for the rest of the days. On day 1, you have a little bit of extra teaching with the 10 frame. Week 2, set up the exact same way. So the game boards are back here. They have the 10 frame cards, and then this is one of the games. You can see there's a whole bunch of different game boards, and then after that are the practice pages. So at this level, addition, the first book, there's just a one-sided practice page for every day. When my daughter was doing this level, she wasn't quite up to writing this much. She started math a little bit early, so she was doing first grade math in kindergarten, so we did this book halfway through first grade math. So she wasn't up to writing her regular math lesson and then all of this. So we actually took a break from her regular math program because she was ahead and did just this for 6 weeks. This first one was 6 weeks long, but it was still a lot of writing for her. So I did a lot of these practice pages orally with her, and that worked really well. So then after the practice pages, there's answer keys for all the pages. I did not need them at this level, but it can be nice. Some of the upper levels have a lot more problems, and it can be nice to just have the practice pages. And then I have back here all the boards I photocopied so that when I use them with my next child, I have them all ready. So for that one, it's just photocopying one game board a week. Subtraction is set up the exact same way. You've got your table of contents grouped by numbers that are similar. Introduction. How to use this book is buried in the introduction in this one. I'm not sure why. All the other ones have it as a separate section. And then week 1, the exact same layout. Your week at a glance, everything you're going to need for that week, and then your fully scripted teaching. Again, really heavy on the 10 frame use to help your child start to see all of the addition and subtraction problems that they can do in their head. And then it's got a game to play. So there's a game every day. And then days 2 through 5, you're doing the game and the practice pages. There's a practice page for day 1 too. There's a practice page for every day. Back here are the game boards. They've got the 10 frames again, the 10 frame cards, and then here's an example of one of the games. So there's a whole bunch of different games. And again, for this one, you have one game board for the whole week. For most of the weeks, there might be 1 or 2 weeks where you have 2 game boards, but mostly it's just one game board for the week. And then practice pages are just one-sided. We did this book halfway through 2nd grade. My daughter does Singapore math, so all of her math books are set up as a 2 semesters, so semester A and semester B. So we always, after semester A, take a break and do the Math Facts That Stick book for where she's at. So right now she's in 2nd grade. Here's the answer keys. Right now my daughter's in 2nd grade and she's doing 3rd grade math. And so we are doing, she just finished 3A, and so now we're going through multiplication facts that stick. I'll show you the table of contents for this. This one is just straight times tables. You do a different times table each week. They're not exactly in order. For example, you do 1 and 2, 3, 4, and then you skip ahead to 10, which is a little bit confusing when you're photocopying the game boards because the game boards are strictly in number order. So all the game boards for the 1 times table, 2 times table, 3 times table, 4 times table, 5 times table. So you have to make sure you're paying attention when you're photocopying the game board so you don't grab the wrong one. Speaking from experience, I photocopied all the times 5s and then it was times 10 this week. So here's the introduction again, talking about the methodology and how to use this book. You have your week at a glance. This one doesn't have everything you're going to need for this week because what you're going to need for the week changes each day in this level. So almost every day you have to photocopy a new game board. It's a lot of photocopying. I think the PDF version of this would have been easier, but I already had the hard copy book. I like the hard copy ones. So you review the concept of multiplication in case whatever math program you're using, they're still a little shaky on it after doing that. Now, instead of doing 10 frames, because we're doing multiplication, they introduce this dot array and this L piece to see visually the multiplication of the groups on the dot array. So then they're going to do a lot of work with the dot array. And then they've got the game that you're playing that day. And of course, there's practice pages as well. So this one, each day is fully scripted instead of having just the first day of the week be scripted and then the rest of the days just be play the game, do the practice page, because each day you're going to be doing a new game. I think the game board for multiplication race and multiplication bump, the first 2 days are this. It's the same game board, but the rules are a little bit different. So for this one, every day you're playing a new game, but the games repeat. So on the first day of every week, oh, that's where we are now, sorry. On the first day of every week, you're always going to be playing multiplication race for the new set of facts you're learning. Here's the dot array and the L cover, 10 frames, and then here's some of the game boards. I'm not going to show you all of them because, like I said, they repeat every week. So every Friday you're playing the same game, just with your new facts. And you do need a new game board because they have different numbers on them. And then practice pages in this level, they're double-sided now. So you can see this one starts out with not a whole ton. So on the front you have the times table, the 2 times table. Then on the back the problems are mixed up. Obviously at this point they've only learned the 2 times table with this program, so they only have the 2 times tables. But as you get farther into the practice sheets, they change up how they display the problems, and then they also start to mix in review as well. At the end of each week, so your day 5 for every week, they're going to fill in the facts that they know so far on this array. That's actually really, really motivating for my daughter. She loves being able to see everything that she's learned so far. So by the end, they'll be completely filling in that square. And then you've got the answer keys at the back. My daughter really enjoys doing these Facts That Stick books, which is why we've stuck with them so far and why I've already purchased the Division Facts That Stick books. She loves the games. She likes how short the lessons are. She likes that it's a bit of a change from our normal routine. So Division Facts That Stick. Here's the table of contents. Like multiplication facts, it's set up by times table, if you will, division table. So it's by number. Introduction, how to use this book, and then week 1. Week at a glance, and then you're fully scripted day 1, and again, you're using the dot array a lot. So for week 1, I believe you're playing 2 separate games, but the first one's a review game from the multiplication level, and they describe how to play it. I think you just need cards to play it. And then you're going to photocopy 1 game board. So this one is like subtraction and addition in that for each week, you just need to photocopy 1 game board, and you play that game all week. I find that much easier than having to photocopy new game boards every day. But my daughter does really enjoy I think she likes playing a different game every day and then cycling back through the games each week. Here's the practice pages. In this level, again, they're double-sided, and they display, this one's a review, obviously, and then they display the division facts and then mix in multiplication fact review. They display the division facts different ways and then mix in multiplication fact review. And then at the back here, you have your answer keys, and that's it. The other things you'll need to play the games are just a pack of cards. This one happens to be Japan themed. You also could use a card app. I've downloaded one of those for doing these games on the go. Then for some of the games, you need 2 dice, just regular dice. And then for a lot of the games, you also need counters. So I just use, this is our base 10 set, and we just use these little counters because we have blue and yellow. You also could just photocopy the pages a lot of times and cross out things with pencils to play the games that way. So you don't need necessarily all of this stuff, but it does make the games a little bit more replayable. You can do them more than once if you aren't marking it all up with pencil. I hope you found this flip through helpful. We have really enjoyed using this book series, and I highly recommend it if your child needs a little bit more work mastering any of these facts, or if you just think that you want to make sure that their foundation is solid. Thank you for watching. As always, I'll put links in the description box below. I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you click on an Amazon link and make a purchase, I do receive a small commission. Thank you.